Hey guys, so while our honey serrano syrup is working, we're gonna work on a chocolate banana shake, which is one of my favorites. For this one, we are using a pre-made edible. This is raw cacao, sort of like a butter infused with cannabis. It is mostly CBD. When I say mostly CBD, it's CBD dominant. There's a little bit of THC in it, but this is more meant for sort of a relaxing feeling, and it decreases inflammation. It has more healing qualities than it does a high. But since there is a little bit of THC, you always want to be careful with what you mix it with, and I, would be cautious. With all the drinks that we're making today, it's really important that you remember, one, not to mix with alcohol because you don't know how your body's going to react to that. And two, you want to wait at least an hour between drinks to let your body adjust to the cannabis that you're ingesting. You don't know how long it's going to take for the cannabis to take effect. Usually it's at least an hour. Sometimes it's 30 minutes. But when you are eating cannabis, it takes a little bit longer than when you smoke it. So just keep that in mind. Be safe. Don't risk it. And definitely don't drive on this stuff. Even if it's a small amount of THC. So each tablespoon of this has 10 milligrams of CBD, which is the dose, the recommended dose for CBD. I'm making 16 ounces of shake plus whatever volume the bananas added. So I figure in my head that'll probably be enough for 2 shakes. And I'll want to add at least 2 doses because maybe it's my day off, maybe I'm having a good time just trying this product out. I'm going to use 4 tablespoons. I figure maybe each shake is about 5 ounces. With the volume of the banana added, I can get 4 shakes out of that. So let's get started. First of all, you want to choose a banana that's kind of brown. Because that contains the most amount of sugar. When it does have a little green on it, that means that there's a little bit more starch than sugar, and you definitely want to use a bit more brown one. And we're just going to use the whole banana. I just break it in half or in a few parts. There we go. I've measured out 16 ounces of whole milk. I dump that in there. And I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of this, and I'm going to mix it right into, this is just regular cocoa powder. I get the extra bitter cocoa powder because I don't like too much of sweet in my shake, and the banana is already going to be sweet enough. So that's 2 tablespoons. I'm going to go for the 3rd. And the 4th. And since this is sort of like a butter, it's made from coconut oil, we want to add a little bit of hot water in here so that it dissolves with the powder, and it'll solve the problem of getting chunks of CBD infused cacao in your milkshake. You want to spread evenly across your milkshake. You don't want it to be in little globs. So just a little bit of hot water will do the trick, and you just mix it in. And as you can see, it starts to turn into like this mud, and that's what you want, sort of like a ganache. It smells really good. All right, and now we're just gonna toss that in there. Oh, and I didn't give you a measurement for the cocoa powder. I used about a eighth of a cup for the cocoa powder. So an eighth of a cup of the cocoa powder, 4 tablespoons of your cannabis infused raw cacao, 2 cups of milk, and a whole banana. And again, we don't want to waste any of that product, so we just add a little bit more hot water to get much of that chocolate out. Alright. Go. And this stuff is completely edible. You can actually just spoon feed it to yourself. It's actually a recommended way to have this as well if you don't want to do the whole shake. But the shake's delicious. Yes. Alright. We'll put the cap on and we're just gonna blend it. It's turning dark. It's really dark. This might be a little bit bitter as I'm looking at it. You can always add honey. You can add sugar. Definitely get in there and scrape the sides if you need to. And since it is a thicker consistency, we want to get it up pretty high eventually. It's going to be a very relaxing shake.